Yeah.
Everybody, how are y'all doing?
What's going on? What's going on?
Welcome back to the Startup Stories podcast with Darren and
Randy.
Boy, the way you say that, Randy.
I got to make my entrance, man. I got to make my entrance.
Exactly. Eggs Blackley. Yeah, I did say that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
But man, it's been a minute. It feels like it has been a while since we dropped our first episode.
Yeah.
And since we filmed, and I've been ready to jump back into it.
Absolutely.
But once again, like we talked about, we can't go crazy fast. Because if we do, we're going to make mistakes.
Exactly.
But we're going to make mistakes anyways because this is brand new and we're new to this. So, yeah, man, today's your day, though, bruh.
Oh, man. I'm ready, bruh.
Yes.
I'm ready, man.
Yes.
A little nervous, but I'm ready.
Okay, I want to take a step back. Okay. How did you feel about our first episode? How did you feel about it dropping? How did you feel about all that?
It's a good question. I was anxious when we first dropped it. I was definitely anxious. I was excited to see the reactions of people. What can we do to make it better? You know what I'm saying? How, what areas can we improve on? Mm-hmm. What areas did we shine on? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. I was anxious to see what the feedback was going to be, but ultimately a little nervous and really excited.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I was all around happy.
Yes.
Like, I think I listened to it like probably like that's the first time you sent it to me. I listened to it, and then I get in my car and I put it on the radio or on the Bluetooth, and I just listen to it.
Yeah.
And then I started picking up on all the little like mistakes that I felt that I had made.
Yes.
Which probably I think the average person or anybody else probably wouldn't pick up on.
Yeah.
But I definitely picked up on like things that I messed up on and places that I feel like I could have talked more. But man, other than that, I liked it. The feedback was pretty good. I enjoyed what everybody said.
Yeah.
I enjoyed seeing like our likes grow, the baby steps.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say one thing. When you were talking about mistakes earlier, a lot of the feedback that we got, I know you mentioned you feel like you made some mistakes. One mistake in particular, I don't feel like it was a mistake, and I know I got feedback from other people that felt like you didn't make a mistake there either. And that was when you were talking, when I asked you, so what's your business, and I don't feel that was a mistake. I know you felt that you should have dove more into it, but I think when we have your episode that's coming up next week.
Yep.
When you have your episode that's coming up next week, man, I think this is going to be a huge spotlight.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Sorry, 2 weeks.
Yeah, your episode is next week.
Correct.
And then mine is after yours.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct. My fault. But I think that that opened it up to where people are going to be more engaged because they want to know more about it.
I hope it rolls that way.
Oh yeah, I
definitely
think it's gonna roll that way, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I took a little idea from somebody about opening up with an icebreaker question.
Oh yeah.
So my icebreaker question for you is, if you could have any type of camera to record, what would it be? And what is what is the one piece of, I guess I'm going to give it away. Let's back up first off. So this is where we make mistakes and we fix it, right? First, let's talk about what is your business exactly. Now, we know it's Haskins Entertainment.
Yeah.
But I want to know, what is that? What do you do within Haskins Entertainment?
Yeah. So with Haskins Entertainment, I DJ. I am a photographer.
Okay.
For events. I also do portraits and headshots, things like that. I also have a photo booth that I own and operate.
Okay. So now we can flow into the icebreaker question. If you could pick, what's the top camera that you want, and what is the top piece of DJ equipment that you want to get for your business? Okay. And I know you have something in your brain already, because I think everybody that runs a business, that we have these high hopes and dreams to get something that's really, really dope to help us, go forward. So what do you want?
Okay, so it's funny. It's hilarious that you actually asked me this question. My wife and I went to a camera store yesterday, and okay, so there's a lot of different types of photographers. Me, I'm the type of photographer that's I feel like I'm really nostalgic. I don't like newer, like brand new things. Everything has to be, I like things that are meaningful to me.
Okay.
My favorite camera that I want, that's on the top of the shelf, is it's called a 1DX Mark II.
Okay.
That is my favorite camera. I've wanted it since I started doing photography. I had a buddy of mine, shout outs to Rod. I had a buddy of mine allow me to use his for about 2 weeks, and I thought I liked it, when I first started. I never got to use it, but I read up about it, thought I liked it then, but then after using it, I fell in love with it, man.
Oh, that's perfect.
It was everything to me, dude. It was everything. Just hearing the shutter speed, you know what I'm saying? And I shoot in manual, so I have to adjust all the settings as I'm taking a picture.
Okay.
And so it's just an all around beautiful camera. The ISO goes up super high. Shutter speed is super fast, and the colors, because it's DSLR, it's richer tones to me.
What does, in case somebody watching and they don't know, what is DSLR?
Okay, so a DSLR is a mirrored camera. So
Okay.
If you look inside the camera and it has like this mirror thing that flips up, that's a DSLR. If you just see like the photo sensor back there, that's mirrorless camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
DJ equipment. You know what? I don't want to say this out loud. The reason why I don't want to say that, I'm going to. Okay, don't get me wrong, I'm going to. But oh man, I can't believe I'm saying this out loud, and you guys are going to hear this, and it's being recorded. A MacBook. I can't believe I said that. Don't listen. Okay, stop. All right. I am Galaxy, Samsung, Android.
Yep.
All the way.
All day long.
Hands down.
All day long.
You know what I'm saying?
All day long.
All day.
All day long.
But when it comes to reliable DJ equipment, a MacBook is something that is able to handle what I need.
Okay.
And that's where it changes. That's where it changes for me. MacBook for DJ equipment.
Okay.
1DX Mark II for photography.
Yes. Okay. So now we got, that little question opened up and got you all comfortable now and relaxed and flowing. So let's get into it. Tell us about your startup story, man. I want to know, I want to know from the beginning.
Okay.
How did it start?
That's a great question. So, how it started. One day, mind you, all this is I feel like it's centered around my daughter. Mm-hmm. Okay. So DJing, my dad used to DJ. Okay. And so after he DJ'd, grew older, and he had all of his DJ equipment at the house. He used his DJ speakers, Techniques, to be like house speakers, we would watch movies and the bass was deep, you know what I'm saying, the treble was high, so we used it for watching movies and everything. And then he upgraded his system, so he put the speakers out in the garage. They were sitting there for 10 years. I moved out and I was like, hey Dad, can I have those? And he was like, yeah, go ahead. So I used them for my house speakers because that's what I thought they were at first. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize what he used to do. And so my daughter had a sweet 16 birthday party, and the DJ that we got, something happened, fell through, and I didn't want to pay $2,000 for a last minute DJ. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I'm gonna do it myself, baby girl. you know?
Yeah.
And so I had that speaker, and mind you, this was before I was born. My dad bought that speaker. Yes.
So this is like a 1980s, 1970s speaker that you got.
Yes. But listen, man, the sub wasn't blown. It was still in really good condition, and it hit. And
That's
so
perfect.
we had her Sweet 16. I DJ'd that. I had that speaker, and I bought a couple other speakers. I bought a laptop and everything, and then it was fun, man. It was fun. We had lights. I actually used that sound system. We had a live performer come out, and he was performing. It was bruh, it was awesome. It was awesome. It was probably one of the best birthdays I'd ever been to or thrown. You know what I'm saying? And so I had all this stuff, and I was like, I didn't want to just get rid of it. So what I started doing was using it at like events. So I plug up the speakers, I just play music. Then I bought like this little mixer, pocket sized mixer, and I was playing on that. And then I was transitioning songs and
Yeah.
And so I had a buddy of mine. He sent me a actual full size deck. And so I started using that, and that's how I became, started DJing. And then I went to go help or volunteer at an event, and they said, "What's your DJ name?" as a joke. And back then, like, Crocs were huge,
I remember.
Yeah, and so I just said DJ Crocs with socks, and so it just stuck. So now all the kids know me as DJ Crocs with socks around Kitsap County. It's crazy. Photography again with my daughter. She started taking pictures in high school, and I wanted to be a part of it. Back then, I had a camera from 7th grade, and it was a Canon AE program. My first camera my dad got me.
Okay.
But I bought my daughter a camera, digital camera. She was taking pictures, and I wanted to take pictures with her, so I bought myself a digital camera, and I loved it. She stopped. She didn't. She was like, "That's not for me." But me, I really did enjoy taking pictures. And I was always shot in auto, which is the camera basically does everything for you. But
Okay.
I always shot in auto back then. And then I challenged myself, and I shot in manual, and I learned the ins and outs of building or engineering a picture. And so that's where I kind of fell in love with photography.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And I took pictures for people. Somebody said, "You need to be charging for this." So yeah, I monetized it.
There you go.
Got an LLC and EIN and yeah, here I am.
Right.
Yeah.
And quick shout out to Kimberly. She behind the scenes right now. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down for us. Oh man, that is great. That is great to hear that's how everything started. So basically, your interest came from seeing your daughter show interest in it, and then you following in interest with what she showed interest in.
Yes.
And then it just kind of kept going from there.
It projectile, man. It's crazy just how life in general, they will gives you like a hurdle.
A hurdle. I don't know if this is really a hurdle. That was just it gave you a gem.
It did.
Yes.
Thank you. But it puts me in a situation where I have to evolve. And so I loved it, and I didn't realize how much I would love it, and that's here I am.
Well, see, now I heard something about you back in the day, though. Yeah, so I know you talking about the DJing then, but I heard you used to beatbox back in the day in high school. I heard you used to beatbox back in the day in high school too. So
yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna guess you. I've always had like a love for music. Then, if you're DJing, also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then, how did that for you? Dude. How does that love for music and beatboxing and all those things play into you going into DJing now? Also,
I feel that's a great question. I feel that I mean, anything with music. Anything with music. If you have that ear, you know what I'm saying, matching up beats, matching up tones, you know what I'm saying. You need all that, man. Yeah, I've always been in love with music. Band geek. I was a huge band geek back in the day. You just reminded me, man.
What instrument did you play?
Oh,
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
so I started out French horn, then I went to trombone, did trumpet, baritone, and then finally tuba. I also did a year in percussion. I feel like I suck, but I can play better on the actual drum set than I can with just a snare.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Okay. And then so we see that you were influenced early on in your life with music because your father was a DJ. So this is already hanging out in your blood. He was there with it. How did photography like come into play with this? Was there something like in your earlier life or where you got to see someone doing photography, or you like saw a picture that captivated you, or you went to some kind of exhibit and it spoke to you?
So I feel like a lot of my family, they're very artistic. So my father gave me my first camera. I think I said that. My father gave me my first camera, which was the Canon AE program, and that's he wanted to be a photographer. So I know it's weird. My dad used to DJ and he wanted to be a photographer. His first camera that he had was a Canon AE program, which was a camera back in the 70s, which I still have today.
Okay.
And when he passed that down to me, I fell in love. I think I already loved pictures beforehand. I remember I used to have the encyclopedia, and I used to look at the pictures in the encyclopedia, and that phrase, I know it's weird, but that phrase, a picture says 1,000 words. Like, I don't know why, but that phrase has always like resonated so much with me. And I have no idea why.
Okay.
But like, it's just, I don't know, man. I like to compose and show other people what I have up here.
That's cool.
You know?
I mean, I think it's cool that you took these two separate things that you have love for and you combine it and then you put it into a business. Like that's something I find to be dope. I mean, okay. Next question. What was the final push? Like, what was the catalyst? What was the thing that one day you woke up and you were just like, okay, let's do it. Like, this is what I want to start my business. Like, what was the push that made you go there?
That's a great question. So I'll put it like this, man. I have, how should I put this? In today's society, it's really hard for a family to live off of one income, you know? And I've worked a lot, from working graveyards to mornings, and I've missed out so much time on my family, you know? I really wanted to build something where I can include my family.
Yes.
And my son takes pictures with me. My other son operates the photo booth. He knows the ins and outs. He also made me my business cards.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? My daughter has an alias. It's DJ Kimchi Wontons. So it's like I my final push was there was a need, and I didn't want to miss out on the time that I had left with my family, and I wanted to bring them with me.
Yes.
And so this was a way for me to have my family and to help us grow.
Man, that is dope. That is deep. That's really deep.
Yeah.
I think it's great how you have your whole family is now like into this,
Yeah.
and they like it. But this is actually this just kind of pushes right into my next question. How has the support and encouragement been between you and your family, and also how have what kind of impact has it had with them? I mean, you're already kind of speaking on it, but I want to know deeper. Like, how has that support been from them?
I would not have been in this position if it wasn't for my wife pushing me. She has definitely been the forefront. There's so much encouragement. You got this, Randy. You know what I'm saying? It's whenever I feel, I have definitely felt like, man, I shouldn't do this no more, man. Like I can't keep doing this. Like I've even felt like, who am I? And that's not, I know, but my wife, she's always that person that says, you're Randy.
Yeah.
Get out there and take them pictures. Or you better get out there and set up them speakers. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely has pushed me to, I would have never jumped if it wasn't for my wife pushing me.
That is great to have that, that backing.
Yeah.
And shoot, shout out to Steph. She over there, you know what I'm saying?
She over there right there. Yep.
That is great. So she helped you out. She pushed you. She gave you that positive, like that encouragement, that love, that support. Man, that is dope. I'm going to tell you what I remember. I remember one day when you called me and I was asking you about your business and you were like, oh man, I think I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna renew my business license.
Yep.
And I remember what I said, but I just remember being like, man, if you don't renew that dang business, hold on, let me not say it the way I said it over the phone.
PG.
But I told him, like, man, you redo that, and then you're like, yeah, I probably should. And I feel like a week later, dude, you hit that one job.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was, you messaged us, let the whole group know. I was like, yes. Like, yeah. Like, my dog, that's my guy. Like, that's my guy. He's good. He's real good. As y'all can see, I'm gonna tell y'all how good this man is. Our cover photo for our Facebook page, this dude put that together in like 6 minutes. I texted him. I said, bro, we need a cover photo. He said, don't even trip. Matter of fact, he didn't even say don't even trip. All of a sudden, I got a text message with the cover photo made on our Facebook page. I was like, this dude is a genius.
Get out of here, man.
Hold on. And I know we kind of tailing off, but the text message that I sent you didn't say genius.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
This man is gorgeous. I was like, how didn't I was like,
thanks, man.
But man, that has been dope. Now let's get to, so we've talked about the good. We talked about, the encouragement that you've had. But I want to talk about the hurdles. What's hurdles that you went through, like prior to starting your business, during the startup, and even like right now, or in the past that you've had? Like, let's break down some hurdles.
Whew. Man, there's been a lot of hurdles. Some of the bigger hurdles that I have had. Okay. Because of the type of business that I own, it's all self-funded. Mm-hmm. I don't have investors or anything. This is all money that I've saved and I've earned, and that's part of the problem. Is because trying to sometimes it's like what is that? Trying to make it work, And there was a point when I first opened up my business and I first started and I first launched and I said, this is what I want to do. I felt like, I'm gonna be real honest, man. I felt like I did it too soon. I did. Okay. And the reason why is that I didn't have the equipment that I have didn't give me the proper standard that I needed in order for people to say, wow.
Okay.
And that's what I wanted, was that wow. And I feel now it's I've saved, I've collected, and I'm grown. but before it was a bit of a struggle. And I feel like part of my hurdle was launching too early. And sometimes I need to, like you said, take my time and do it right. That was a big hurdle, was I rushed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else? Like, how has it been with has grasping clientele been a hurdle at all? Or like, have you ever had people like haggle you on your price? Like, is that something that's a hurdle that you have to deal with constantly?
Yes. Okay.
I know I'm asking kind of a controversial one, but
I'll put it like this. One of my biggest issues that I have had is that, you know me, man. Mm-hmm. You know me.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I know what you're about to say.
I take on a lot of, yeah, man, I got you type of situations. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as I say, yeah, I got you, I have somebody message me and say, hey, I'll pay you this to do this, and then that I got you, it has to go on the back burner, and me personally, I feel so bad by putting the I got yous on the back burner. And so that part has been, I feel like because of that, sometimes can be a hurdle in gaining new clientele, because it can be looked at as, I have this person, hey, do you have this? Hey, do you have this? Hey, do you have this? And I said, I understand, but I have this person that's actually, doing this for me.
Exactly.
And so, mind you, I have, people that are great and like, hey man, no, take your time. I understand, definitely. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate those people so much for being so understanding.
Yeah.
I also have the individuals that aren't like that, and that's what, for me, that's hard. It's hard. You. It's hard.
I understand you.
Yeah.
How has it been looking at yourself as a businessman now? See, now, I sent him questions prior, right? And then I had to spring one up on him. And this is the one.
It's weird.
Trust me, I understand that feeling. I understand that feeling.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It's weird. It's weird to say you're a business owner. Mm-hmm. It's weird to say, I have to go to work and I'm it's my own name. Mm-hmm. I'm putting my name on it. It's weird writing contracts. It's weird writing receipts with my name on it, mm-hmm. setting my terms. Mm-hmm. It's weird, but Darren, it feels great.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful.
It feels good.
It's weird, but it still feels great.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to segue into another question. How do you balance it all with running Haskins Entertainment, being a husband and a father, and also having a full-time job? How are you working on balancing all of that? Because that might be something that some people also are struggling with, is how to balance all of it. And I know you've been at the daddyhood, and you've been a husband for a long time, and then now you're bringing in your own business. So how have you figured out a way for you to properly balance everything?
So I do know one thing I had to, and then this came with time, is not taking on more than what I can handle. Mm-hmm. I know my limitations.
Yes.
I have to get sleep. I have a business to run, and I also have a job. Mm-hmm. More importantly, I've learned to leave work at work. Mm-hmm. I have to leave work at work. When I come home, I'm with my family.
Yes.
When it's time for me to go back to work for myself, I understand that I'm working for myself.
Yes.
Like I'm all the time and effort and hard work that I put into this is only the betterment of my family.
That is
and
great.
the betterment of me. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. But I do have a set time that I work on myself and my projects. I have a set time where I will sit down at a table with my family and we will share meal together.
Yes.
You know,
That's a lovely thing to do, and I know that a lot of people are probably going to listen to this and learn themselves that is what they need to do.
Yeah.
So, the last thing I'm going to ask you is, man, where do you see Haskins Entertainment going? And what's the future of it?
That is a great question. What I want to see come from Haskins Entertainment. I don't want it to stop with me, man.
You want to see it go?
I want to see it keep going.
Yes.
I teach my kids, and I'll put it like this, man. Let me back up. Let me back all the way up. Okay, man. Let me back all the way up. My dad has always been had an entrepreneurial spirit. May he rest in peace. He has always had an entrepreneurial spirit, meaning, again, he was a DJ. And then when he had his family, he wanted to open up a hot dog stand and have it down by the ferry dock. So when people, A, were on lunch break from the shipyard, or B, getting off the ferry, they would stop and see Haskins hot dogs.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then one year he was going to do barbecue chicken for Viking Fest. Okay. He had a ton of chicken. It was a lot of chicken. And he was going to parboil it with seasonings and then finish it off on the grill for Viking Fest, and sell it off at a booth, right? But then he had a hurdle. The day before, he learned that he needed a professional kitchen, and unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. But so we had a lot of chicken for a couple months. But in that he taught my brother and I that there's always somebody out there that needs something. You know, whether it be you with school clothes or somebody else with their grass needing cut.
Yes.
And here's your niche. No, here's your niche, which is go cut grass and scratch that itch, which is you can get school clothes. So back then, from ages 10 all the way up to 14, every year, my brother and I would go and walk around the neighborhood with an old lawnmower cutting grass, saving up money to buy our school clothes for the year. And he instilled that into all of us, me and my brother. And that's what I don't want it to stop with me.
Yeah.
I do this because I want my children to know that no matter what, man, you can always do something. You know, it doesn't you don't need a 9-to-5 to be able to get what you need. You can have your 9-to-5, yes, but you want that little bit extra. You know what I'm saying? You go get it. My grandfather owned and operated a junkyard in California. My dad, for vacation, used to go and help my grandfather move refrigerators and stoves to save up money to go to Disneyland when we drove down to California. There's having the understanding and knowing that there's always somebody out there that's going to need something, whether it be you or them.
Yes.
is the key. And that's what I want to pass down to my kids. Stay hungry. That's the biggest thing I want to pass down, is stay hungry. I'm creating this platform for them so that they can carry this. They can take it where they want to, you know?
Yes.
But yeah, sorry, I'm rambling.
No, it is okay. It is okay. Because, we need to hear that. Your kids need to hear that. People need to hear that, need to understand where everything came from, how everything started, and where you want to see things going. So, my lovely people, we're going to be wrapping this up. And last question is, how can folks get in contact with you?
Absolutely. So, at the end of this episode, I'm going to put a QR code attached to this. And you can definitely reach me at that QR code. If you need anything at all, DJ services, photography services, a photo booth, just let me know. I got you.
Got a Facebook page too, right?
I have a Facebook page
What's
as well.
What's your Facebook page?
Haskins Events.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
So, thank y'all for tuning in to Startup Stories. This is Randy's episode. Love, peace, and hair grease. We out.
We out. We're just talking business,
Just
baby.
talking business.
Look, every morning I wake up. Yeah. Every morning I wake up.